Hello, today we are looking at a dual layer granular instrument by Soniccouture. Polarity is the granular engine itself built within the free version of Kontakt, while Tension is the sounds that you're getting done in collaboration with KV. They will be making other libraries within Polarity as well, featuring other artists, but I kind of wish you could get Polarity by itself, just the engine, because one of the really cool features of this library is you can drag your own samples in, and it's really easy to use, especially if you're new to granular synthesis. You don't have to be an expert. In all honesty, dive in, fiddle with all those knobs. If you want a detailed video on granular synthesis and going into this engine itself, let me know down in the comments, but I will be giving a basic overview. Now, this is the UI. I love how simple and minimalistic the basic panel is. You've got your two layers, A and B, A on the top, B on the bottom, and then your four main parameters, which control the grain, the character, the movement, and the space. And I've got them linked to my faders here. They have this really cool little animation, and those are all linked to different things within this. You have an absolute ton of presets, so you don't need to again dive into this if you really want to, but I do advise that, especially if you're paying £129 for this product. But you'll see there's D there. If we go back into grains, most of these are linked to A. You've got some B's there, and all those are linked to A, B, C, and D. These different faders here, A, B, C, and D. Again, you'll see that in the effects, but kind of the basics of Polarity, your two layers, A and B. These are all your settings for the grains within B. These are all your settings for the grains within A. You just simply click there. If you want to turn it off, just click the A button to turn one layer off, and then you have a ton of sounds to browse through. Everything from vocals, coffee pots, electric cars, fences, guitar bows, piano hits. There's weird and wonderful sounds that are specifically designed for this library. You also have your usual synth sort of controls as well, your ADSR, a filter, an LFO, and again, simply clicking up there goes to A, clicking down there goes to B. Effects, the top layer is A, bottom layer is B, and you've got a wide range of effects that you can apply. These are separate signal paths, so everything on A will be just on A's signal path, everything on B will just be on B. And then over here, this is where it all comes together, and you've got your reverb and stuff that you can apply to both sounds right at the end of the chain. You also have aftertouch built into a lot of these presets as well, and you can specifically control those parameters there. But there's a very, very basic overview. But if you're new to this sort of thing, there is a good video they've done on the website breaking this down, but you'll see little bits and bobs as we go through some of the presets. So without further ado, let's see how this sounds. I love how creative you can get with this instrument without really knowing anything at all, just messing with those four parameters that you get with the presets and just slowly changing them to see how they affect the sound. And you can get some really unique and interesting results, especially if you're into sound design. I love the movement and texture you can achieve with this engine. It's really unique. You can see the aftertouch there, and as I press harder it increases. That one, of course, you can change what the aftertouch does in the settings. I really do like how thought out this product is. Granular synthesis can be quite complex to some people. You can go quite far with it, but I do like the balance they've found with this product. And it really is just fun to go through the presets and experiment and see what sort of sounds that you come up with. But one of my favorite things to do within Polarity, and that's add your own samples. It is as simple as dragging and dropping those audio files, and actually it's detected the pitch of this one. This is in fact a C3 piano note sound. If it doesn't detect it, you can change it and adjust it there, but just to show you that that wasn't a fluke, redrag it in and it is in fact a C3. I've got a rattling glass sound as well. I'll add there on the bottom. I'm going to set my min just so we target that a little bit here. This knob adjusts the movement of that, so I'm going to bring that back ever so slightly. Expand that ever so slightly. Again, that's controlling fader A. There we go. I want some more jitters. Sure, ever so slightly. Increase my rate. Slightly less attack. Sound B is a little on the quiet side. And if I'm honest, I want this to be very jittery with less attack and a smaller length, but quite a high rate. You can sync it within your digital audio workspace as well. That's a really cool feature. But let's just see how this sounds. Bring my attack back ever so slightly as well. course, you can go into the settings and adjust that even more to your own taste and liking, but I do love how if there's some sounds that you want to mess around with or do have a bit of fun with, you can easily drop them in and have a mess around. But overall, I've really enjoyed messing around with Polarity. I like how user-friendly it is, whether you're a beginner or pro. There's lots for you to do. They've made some great presets that have some really fun effects in the background and lots going on that, especially for a beginner, you won't understand, but you don't need to. I love the minimalist and basic controls that you have and the results that you can get from that. They do have a lovely variety of effects that you can add and play around with, and overall get some really interesting and unique results, which I feel is extremely important. And if you're new to granular synthesis, this is a great place to start. If you're a pro in granular synthesis, this is a great engine to mess around with and create something unique and interesting with. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Would you like to see Polarity as a separate engine so you could just use your own sounds? Let me know down in the comments. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.